I just remember Jared coming over and he's like, warm up. And I just remember pointing at myself like, me? Are you sure it's going to be me? And he's like, yeah, you warm up. And I was like, oh, I can't believe this is happening. So I warmed up. I was getting ready and then finished my warm up, and Hat came up to me, gave me confidence, told me what to do, told me my role, told me to play free, exactly what you want a coach to say. And I just went out there and just had a lot of fun.
Welcome to a new episode of the City Voice podcast. I'm joined by a very special guest, Mykhi Joyner. Welcome to the show. We've been really excited to have you on. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing great. Is this your first podcast? First big podcast?
Yes.
Well, we're excited to have you on. We start with the important questions. What do you listen to pre-game?
There's a lot. Honestly, I listen to a lot of Drake, Lil Baby, and Boss Man D-Lo.
Very nice. Who was your favorite player growing up? What'd you model your game on?
I loved Cristiano Ronaldo when I was younger. I loved how fast he was and how athletic he was. So I try to mimic him when I was younger in my backyard.
Fantastic. Favorite place to eat in St. Louis?
My friend Caden actually showed me a place called Calzone. It's called Calzones, or it is Calzones. So it's called Sauce on the Side. That's what it's called.
Sauce on the Side.
Sauce on the Side, yeah. Super, super good place. I love it.
Favorite place to hang out in STL when you're not playing soccer?
I'm a pretty chill guy, so I'd probably just say my house in the backyard, really. Hanging with some family in the backyard.
Very nice. And then two other questions that we were wondering about in the front office. The celebration that you do, very dangerous. It's very dangerous. There's a few players that do that. Is there a player that you model that on, or is that just your own thing?
That's honestly my own thing. When I was in elementary school, me and my friends used to do gymnastics in our backyard to see who could do it better. And then it just kind of became like a trick for me when I scored.
That's really cool. And then been watching some of your penalties, the stutter run up that you do. Who do you model that on?
I saw a little bit of Lewandowski, of how he actually does stutter steps. And so I kind of did my own way. And then I saw that it can get the goalie kind of off balance. And then from there on out, I just put my head down and shoot it.
How nervous are you when you step up to do that stutter step? Are you like, if I miss, people are going to say, it was the stutter step? Or do you not think like that?
I don't. In my head, I think I'm going to make this and I'm going to go celebrate in the corner.
Fantastic. Okay, let's get into the podcast. We like to set the tone, talk about your sort of upbringing. You grew up in a place called Bloomington. Could you tell us a little bit about what family life was like for you growing up?
I would say it was pretty good overall. I have three older brothers, Tyler, Caden, and Trey. I have lived with my mom, Miranda. Very close family. Very family oriented as well. We always played with each other in the backyard, very competitive. So overall, very good family, and I love them.
They're all soccer players?
Actually, two of them played basketball, and then my other one played soccer. So it was me and Caden that played soccer. Tyler and Trey played basketball. Tyler played a little bit of soccer, but mainly just me and Caden.
Was there a goalkeeper?
No, there was not.
Goalkeeper?
No, there was not.
Did you ever get to play together growing up?
I never got to play with him in games, but I got to practice with him sometimes. I always wanted to be better than him, so me and him would definitely go at it in the backyard, even though he's some years older than me. So, do
you think having an older brother that was presumably bigger than you helped toughen you up as a player?
For sure. He would definitely knock me to the ground a few times, but I think it was tough love, get me stronger, get me better. So I loved it.
And who in the family introduced you to soccer? Was it a parent, or did you just sort of naturally be drawn to the game?
Honestly, I was at my brother's 3v3 tournament, and I was just a normal basketball kid. I love basketball. I saw him playing soccer, 3v3. In halftime, I just went out to go shoot the ball, and it was super fun. This coach saw me shooting, was like, why are you not playing? And then there was a tent for cleats, grabbed me a pair of cleats, and I hopped onto the team, and I started playing, and I just loved soccer from there on out.
And how old were you when that happened?
I was 5 years old, and I was playing with I think 8-year-olds maybe at the time.
Oh, fantastic. Can you tell me about any sort of coaches growing up that sort of really influenced your thinking? Or, you know, I've read some interviews with you where you talk about sort of knowing that you always wanted to do this. Like tell me who inspired that thought.
Yeah, I would definitely say there's a few. From my hometown, I definitely have to say Coach Mike and Coach Dave. Those two, I think, saw that I had potential since the get-go. They always had my back no matter what, and they always kept striving me to keep going forward and keep giving it all I had. So that's definitely what I did. So they definitely get props for that. And the coaches here, I would definitely say my coach Thibodeau from Scott Gallagher, because obviously it's not free to play at Scott Gallagher, and I got to play for his daughter, and his daughter had passed away, so I got to play in the Living Legacy. So I played every game for her, and I'm very thankful and grateful that he gave me the opportunity to play, because from there on out, I got to City. And then David Critchley and Coach Hack and Coach Bobby have all done a lot for me as well, and I love them. So,
fantastic. What was the first team that you played for that felt serious, or more serious, like you were on a path?
I would definitely say my team called CIU, Central Illinois United. I played with them when I was in 8th grade, won state cup, and then I knew we and me could definitely go somewhere with the game. So I decided to take it more serious.
And what position did you play growing up? Have you always been out on the left? Did you know a lot of players rotate around before they find the position that they love?
Honestly, I was a striker. I was playing striker. I just wanted to always get the ball for my friends to kick it up in front, and I just always loved scoring goals. So I was playing striker, honestly, until like freshman year of high school.
You scored a hat trick in the Illinois State Cup final. How do moments like that or feelings like that crystallize the desire to always do this and to do it for a job?
Honestly, when I did score those 3 goals, it was really insane. I was so happy. I didn't know what to feel. And from there on out, I was like, all right, well, that's cool, but you're going to have to keep working really hard to even make it to the next level. So I just decided to just keep going, push day by day.
I ask this question of all the players that come on here. Like, there are some people that are naturally gifted, and some people that have to work hard at their game. Thierry Henry always says that David Trezeguet, the player that he played with, was naturally gifted at being a goal scorer, and Thierry Henry had to work at his game. What sort of goal scorer are you? You just got a good feel for it, or do you have to work hard?
I would say I have a good feel for it. I always loved to score ever since I was young. So I would say I would definitely have a natural ability, but I also know that I have to work hard each day because there's someone else that could be working harder and take my spot. So I know I have to keep working.
You moved to follow your dreams at a young age, and that's really hard. Was it a difficult decision for you, or just meeting you now, you seem like extremely focused. Did you just know you had to do it? Like, talk me through the sort of process of going through that.
Yeah, it was definitely hard. A lot of deep talks with my mom, some tears shed, but she also knew, and I knew that if I want this and I want to succeed through my career, that I had to move here. Mainly that I'm a mama's boy. I love my mom. But also, it was also sacrificing not seeing my friends anymore. And then I'm going to have to move to basically like a whole nother lifestyle and create new friends and still be myself. But, it's kind of hard when you move somewhere and you don't know anyone. But overall, I would say it paid off. So,
yeah, it's without doubt. When you moved to a new city, like, were you like an outgoing person? Did you have to work on that? Like, how hard was it making new friends in a new city coming from Bloomington?
Yeah, when I was in Bloomington, it was easy for me to go hang out with some my buddies. But when I moved here, it was a little difficult. I used to call my mom because I'd be like, Mom, I'm not making any friends. I don't know how to make friends here. But she just kind of taught me how to get out my shell. And eventually I made some pretty good friends here. Some people here through the academy and some friends through the school. So it eventually got really easy to kind of get out of my shell. And now I am completely. So it's overall very fun here.
Talk to me about your time at Scott Gallagher and how did the move happen between Scott Gallagher and City's academy?
So I got here and basically was playing pretty well, I would say. There was a match between City and Gallagher at Soccer Park, U16 year, and I told myself, if you want to make the next step, then you're going to have to perform tonight. And I got out there as soon as that whistle blew. I was so concentrated. I was so ready to score. I was so ready to win, beat them, to show them that, like, I can play on your team as well. We went out there. I'd scored 3 goals. And I just remember after the game, Lutz had one of my friends, Nick Bishop, come up to me and he was telling me, like, you need to come to City. And then from there on out, it kind of all connected together.
What was the build up like to that? Do you get do you get nervous, or are you that confident in your game? You're like, I can do this. Like, how do those pivotal moments in your career go?
To be honest, I live with some close family friends named Matt Nord and Missy Nord. I just remember before I got the car, they just told me to be confident in everything I do. Don't put your hands on your hips, even if you're tired. Stand up straight and keep running. Because exactly what I did. And told myself that when I get the ball, like, be confident. Go at your defender 1v1. If you mess up, so be it. Go again and go again. So.
What did you say? What was the feeling when you got back into? Did you play it cool when Nick told you that Lutz was interested, or did you just kind of lose your mind?
I was like, oh, really? Like, okay. Try to play it cool a little bit. But then I got in the car. I was like, I think they want me. And I was super excited. I couldn't go to bed. So.
Who put the call in? How did you get in contact with City to join the academy?
So I was actually in school, and it was actually in my 5th period. I was just sitting out doing some homework, and Dale Shilley had called me, and I thought it was a random number, so I just kept, like, declining it. I thought it was a spam number, and then I got a text. It was like, hey, it's Dale Shilley. Call me when you have a chance. And then from there on out, I think they were going to ask me to play for City, and I was super excited. I remember calling my mom, like, right after that too.
How was her reaction?
She was super excited, obviously. She always wants the best for me, so.
That's awesome. So you have your conversations with Dale. What's the difference between where you were and the level of expectations? Like, what was it? Was it a big shift? Was it difficult having the sort of weight of expectations? All your friends know that you're now playing for a professional club and you're this close to making it as a pro. Mm-hmm. Like, how do you cope with the shift in expectations?
Yeah, I would definitely say something I wish I could take back is taking it day by day. It was definitely a hard challenge because I definitely had ups and downs when I was there. I had a little bit of a slump in the academy for a little bit, but eventually found my way. I would definitely say, though, it's been more positives than negatives. So,
what was the thing that you had to work on the most when you came here? What was the thing that, like, if you don't beat this, then you will never get towards the first team?
I would definitely say, honestly, my 2 would definitely be off the ball. Getting back on defense, showing that I'm not just a one-sided player. I can play defense as well. And then the other ones would be probably just confidence, taking my defender on 1v1. If I lose it, so be it. Like, this is what you're here for. This is what you're good at. So keep going 1v1 at your defender.
Is it nice being at a club where you've got players like Celio who are very good at 1v1s? And, like, what sort of confidence does it give you knowing that Celio started in City 2?
Definitely a lot of confidence. He's a very good dude. Very good teammate as well. He definitely gives me confidence when I train with them to go at 1v1 because he tells me a defender's job every time is to stop you. But an attacker, if you beat him once, you could change the whole game. So definitely give him props for that.
And did you have a favorite moment in the academy?
Yeah, I would definitely say scoring against LAFC, Elite 8. Oh no, Sweet 16. Scored a header and did a round off backflip.
Love it. So you make the jump to City 2. That's a big adjustment because we have a much younger City 2 side than a lot of other clubs in the league. So you're playing against bigger players, more experienced players. And you're also playing in front of big crowds on the regular. What adjustments did you have to make for City 2?
I would definitely say facing adversity. knowing when people yell at you as well, don't take it to heart. Just put your head down and keep working, I would say. So.
And tell me about the coaching.
Coaching was good. Bobby Murphy was the coach at the time. I had to work my way into the starting group, but overall, very good coach. Made me work hard, kept me level-headed, and told me just to work day by day.
And how do you sound very level-headed. Your favorite place to hang out is in your backyard with your family. Like, is that difficult? You're getting recognized when you go out. You're a professional athlete. You're young. Is it tough to say, Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't do any of the going out stuff, so I have to think that way as well?
No, definitely not. I would definitely say I'm a people person. I go out and I play with my neighbors, play with my friends. We play this game called bucket golf around the hole. We live in a cul-de-sac, so we play bucket golf all around, and they see me outside, then just come out and play. It's not like you got to be afraid to come talk to me or anything. Just a normal person outside of soccer.
Are you good at golf?
I would say I'm okay. Okay. Yeah.
Nice. Bucket golf. That sounds like you could smash some windows, but it sounds fun. You finished second in MLS Next Pro for goals scored. Had a bit of a banger of a season. If we're honest, how much fun was it for you scoring goals at that level?
It was really fun. Gave me a lot of confidence, to be honest. But I did want to be the best out on the field, and it was actually a goal of mine to be the top goal scorer and to make best 11. So I just kept striving towards that. And I saw that someone from Chicago Fire was ahead of me, so it made me even want more goals and score even more. So it became even more fun.
How do you balance your desire to score goals and to also be a good teammate?
I would definitely say if you have your chance, take it. But even if that means if you have a chance, but your teammate is wide open and he's probably going to score, then give him the ball, because at the end of the day, your team wants to win. So if you win, the team wins, and the team wins, you win. So it's overall like a win-win situation. So I just want to be a good teammate as well.
And talk to me about Portland. 4 goals in a single game. Absolutely outrageous. One of the goals that you scored with the chip. Playing with Edu, who looked like he was having the absolute best time out on the pitch. How far? Where does that sit in the memory bank for you?
Definitely. Honestly, it might go down as one of the best games with him. Super good guy on the field as well. So I just remember him telling me to be confident as well on the field, and it's exactly what I did. So
does it reflect well on the first team that like players like Edu with all of his talent, he's played in the Olympics? Does it feel good when they come down and they play with you and they play like he did? Because he had a really good game that night.
Obviously, yeah, he doesn't come down with an ego. He doesn't come down with anything. He's just himself. He's just Edu Leuven, and he's a great teammate and a great role model for us young kids to look at. So, yeah, it's all positive for him.
And you also got some experience with Coach Critch. He's a fantastic character, a lot of charisma and a lot of confidence. What did he give your game this season?
To be brave, I would say. To be brave and keep taking my defender on. To take my shots and to just keep working, even when I'm off the ball. He was a very, very good coach, and yeah, he gave me a lot of positives and stuff for me to work on, but good stuff for me to work on. So
Critch took the caretaker role this season. How excited were you for him to get that opportunity?
Yeah, I was very excited for him. I think he fully deserves it. He was my coach since U16 and then U17 and then City 2. So he's been with me for a while now. Very happy for him. I think he fully deserves it. He's had a winning streak. He's proven that he has winning teams. So I think City made a right decision by letting him be the caretaker of the team.
And talk to me about the first team, being part of that.
Yeah, definitely very fun. Get to learn off everyone, pick their brains a little bit while I'm watching them, see how they operate, see how they move on and off the ball, and how I can put that into my game. So overall, very, very fun.
And who do you sort of lean on for mentorship? Is there a specific player, or do you get little bits from everyone?
Mentally, I'd probably have to say Edu. And on the field, like confidence, definitely going to be Celio. Because he's A, in my position, and B, he doesn't care if you lose the ball, he's going to take you on again. He's going to make your life miserable when he takes you on 1v1. So, yeah.
You've been called up to the US national team training 3 times. Did your mum have a good reaction to that? Was that special in the family?
Yes, we have a group chat called Fam Bam. And well, I texted them and said I'd been called into the U19 national team. And then I got a call from my mom. And she was super, super excited and happy for me and tell me how all my hard work is paying off.
Is it important to you as an American to sort of grow the game, and like would it mean a lot for you to represent the country on a global stage?
Definitely. I think it proves that us US kids can compete at the European level as well. Just because we're from the US doesn't mean we can't play. We definitely can play, and we've shown that multiple times. So
you know that we're celebrating the 75th anniversary of the 5 St. Louis born players represented in the 1950 World Cup. They beat England, dagger to my heart. You are going to do the voiceover for the video, which is exciting. How much pride do you feel knowing that there's a history of soccer in this city, and that you will hopefully be somebody that can carry that torch beyond these 75 years and hopefully do something moving forward in the men's national team?
Yeah, it's definitely an honor to be able to continue what they have already brought, especially them from St. Louis. I think that it's huge. It shows that even back then that we could play some soccer, and we kind of set the world on their feet a little bit. And I think it's very, very exciting for me and the youth to come up and eventually represent the U.S. national team at a high level.
And what's the feeling in those youth teams? Do you guys feel like you can be the guys in the next World Cup, perhaps?
Definitely. I do think so. There's some ballers on the team. There's very, very good people. I think either this or next World Cup, probably next World Cup, that there will be some people from my national team that could definitely get the call up or get some camps. So
awesome. Now let's talk about MLS debuts. July 17th, 2024. Do you remember what you were feeling when you were told that you were going to be making your MLS debut?
I just remember Jared coming over and he's like, warm up. And I just remember pointing at myself like, me? Are you sure it's going to be me? And he's like, yeah, you warm up. And I was like, oh, I can't believe this is happening. So I warmed up. I was getting ready and then finished my warm up, and Hat came up to me, gave me confidence, told me what to do, told me my role, told me to play free, exactly what you want a coach to say. And I just went out there and just had a lot of fun.
Did you, how quickly, did the nerves dissipate quickly when you realized that you were in the mixer? Was there like joy? It must have been a real confusing sort of group of feelings to deal with.
I would say so. I got the ball, and then I took my guy on 1v1 and created a corner. And then after that, I was like, okay, this is fine. Like, I got this. All the nerves went away, kind of went silent, and I just knew to just lock in and keep playing.
And what was your sort of abiding memory of the day?
I would probably say as soon as they held up the 19 out and 59 in, and I was running on to the huddle, and their arms were open, I'd probably say that. So.
Did you keep the shirt? Get it signed?
I did keep the shirt. Actually, it's framed in my room in my hometown, so it's actually in my home in my room. So
this season, it's been a difficult season for a whole number of reasons. But you're a shining light of the positivity that will hopefully happen for the rest of the season. Have you set yourself any goals or objectives for the rest of the campaign with Critch at the helm?
Yeah, I definitely have set some goals. A few of them were continue to beat my goal, my scoring, to get more than 19 goals, to make a break to the first team and contribute to the first team and help them win. So those were my few goals.
Fantastic. There'll be young people listening to this podcast that look at you as an inspiration for what they can do in soccer. What would your number one piece of advice be for anybody that's trying to make it in the game?
Be yourself. You don't have to be anyone but yourself. As soon as you get the ball and you're in the final third or you're in your attacking third, be you. Be creative. That's what coaches love. and just honestly be happy, because like not every kid gets to be in the shoes you're in, and some kids want to be in my shoes and some kids want to be in their shoes. So just enjoy every moment, and eventually day by day it's just going to come. It's all going to connect together.
Fantastic. And we have a little tradition at the end of this show where the final message goes to you, because St. Louis fans are very excited about what you're going to bring to their club over the next few years. Do you have a message for the St. Louis fans?
I would definitely say, as soon as I get my opportunity, I hope to make you guys get on your toes a little bit, take my defender on 1v1 and score some goals.
What a message. What a message. Mykhi, that was an absolutely fantastic podcast. We really appreciate you coming on and sparing some time with us when you guys are on a break. And if you're listening to this podcast at home or on a podcast network of some sorts, give us a little 5-star review, leave a nice message, and hopefully Mykhi will come back another time. And on that note, say ciao for now. Thank you.
Thank you.